Hey there, friends. My name is Lydia Epic, and I'm so glad that you're here to be able to learn more about essential oils and how you can incorporate them into every part of your life. For our family, we've been using essential oils now for 4 years, and it has been truly life changing. And the more we learn and we study and we understand the research and the history behind essential oils, it's always a pleasure to be able to share that with other people so that they too can see just what a benefit it is of incorporating essential oils into your everyday life. So, a little bit about my family. We have always been relatively health conscious in terms of different things that we'll eat, staying active, and being relatively healthy. And it was when we learned about what essential oils could do from an immune boosting standpoint and from a protective and preventative care standpoint that we became very interested. And as we'll talk about with Young Living as a company, what sets them apart is what's called the seed to seal promise. And what that basically means is that when they're producing an oil, when they're distilling that oil, they're doing so with the utmost quality and care and ridiculously rigorous standards for those plants. So, for example, all of the farms and all of the plants are hand weeded. They don't use any pesticides, and they ensure that whenever there is a distillation that's happening, that it's happening at the peak time for that plant. So you're not running into the issue of any of your distilleries or any of your distilled oils being watered down or using chemical solvents like what you would find in your typical box store or online type brands. So with Young Living, they're the only company, the only essential oil company that owns their own farms, the only one in the industry. And they have 30 years plus to back them up in terms of research and development to make this into the company that they are. So they're not a fly by night. In fact, it's a very well established company, and it gave us the utmost sense of security and an assurance that we were going with the right company in terms of using these oils on ourselves and in our home, and especially with our little ones. So for tonight and for this lesson, it's talking all about aromatherapy. Now, I know you've heard the term before of just, oh yeah, I just like the way things smell, and you think of candles and air fresheners. But there's actually more to aromatherapy than just the scent. In fact, we're going to take a statement and break it down and really get to the deeper levels and the deeper uses that you can find within essential oils with Young Living. So it's the phrase, scent affects your mood. Okay, so we've seen it before, and I'm sure you've heard it before. Things like when you're wanting to sell your home, it's a good idea to have a batch of cookies or to have some cookie dough that's baking, because that scent of baked cookies is very warming and inviting and welcoming. Or it could be when you get to Christmas time, you just want to have all these yummy, warm, spicy type scents because that's part of what you have for that holiday. Or if you ever walk into a spa and you just immediately feel yourself relax, it's because they have different aromas that are at play. I mean, they even use it in some restaurants of pumping out scents so that you're more interested in purchasing their food. Scent really does affect your mood, and it can also affect your actions. So breaking that down a little bit further, because scent isn't just from essential oils. Scent comes from anything you can smell with your nose. So they could be helpful scents or they could be harmful scents. In fact, the term fragrance that you'll see used on all sorts of different product labels, whether it's your air fresheners or your laundry detergent or your makeup, your perfumes, personal care products, all these different things, when you're seeing that term fragrance, it's actually a bit of a cover-up term. The Environmental Working Group back in 2010 did an amazing study where they basically found and put on blast, and now there's a transparency list that's available, that phrase or that term fragrance, because fragrance is actually a cover-up term for about 3,100 different chemicals. 3,100. They're all synthetic, and a good number of them have been shown to be toxic in terms of disrupting your hormones so your body isn't functioning optimally, of being neurotoxins, so it's causing your nervous system to not function properly. And even with some of them, there is that link to cancer. So some of them are possible and potential carcinogens. And it's all coming from things that are just supposed to smell good. So scent can do more than just simply smell good. It actually has the ability to affect the way in which your body is able to function. So that means we need to really step back and think about, how can we do this better? How can we ensure that the types of things we're bringing into our home aren't going to harm us? Because I'm sure most people wouldn't think to use something that could be harmful on their little ones or on themselves, not realizing that the term fragrance is actually doing just that. So, as an alternative, we can look at what happens when you go from the synthetic model to the natural model, to the God-created plant-based model. And that's what you find with essential oils. In fact, there's a really great statement coming from an excellent resource that I use all the time. It's an essential oils pocket reference, super great. And here it says, some researchers feel that because of their complexity, essential oils do not disturb the body's natural balance or homeostasis. It's balance. If one constituent exerts too strong an effect, another constituent may block or counteract it. And those constituents are what you're finding throughout your essential oils. It's not just simply a scent. There's a whole chemical world on a cellular level, beyond a cellular level, for each of these oils. So when you have a natural oil, it's going to balance out whatever the body needs. But if you look at synthetic chemicals, on the other hand, those usually have only one action, and they may disrupt the body's homeostasis and cause various adverse side effects. So it can go from anything from just a tickle in your nose and you're just not feeling very well, to a rash, to even something as dramatic as cancer. But it could also be things like headaches or lethargy or heightened anxiety. All those different things can be coming from and caused by these chemicals that are affecting your brain and in turn affecting your body. So we take that phrase, scent affects your mood, and we break it down to do even something more dramatic and more helpful for our bodies. So let's take the word scent. Let's, instead of using scent, use essential oils. So what is an essential oil? If you're not familiar with them, it is the life essence of a plant. And it's distilled from the roots and herbs and bark and rinds of various plants. It can come from their leaves, flowers as well. And when they're distilled at low temperatures, corresponding to those particular plants, you're able to pull out that oleoresonance, the oil essence of the plant. And from that, it has all of the different chemical constituents and all the properties of that plant in a highly concentrated and potent form. So for example, when you're looking at how an essential oil would function within a plant, it's going to do things like help with regulating metabolism. It's going to help with healing the plant. So if it's broken or there's any type of damage to the plant, it will help in repairing the plant. And it also is assisting in that plant growing and growing well. And we find that essential oils do the same thing with our bodies, which makes sense since we're both created. So you will find that essential oils can help and support your body with immune function, with hormone support, with metabolism, with the ability for your body to grow and to regenerate well, and also with your body's ability to heal and repair itself. So it's pretty cool stuff. And so when we look at that phrase, scent affects your mood, next is effects. So we see that it's not just simply affecting, but it's actually working at a very molecular level with essential oils to communicate with your body and communicate with your brain whatever it is that's needed. And it's doing so in a way where it's seeking to bring your body back into balance. Anytime your body is upset, right? Whether it's a rash, whether it's sneezing, whether it's having a fever or having some sort of an illness, when you're not well, that's your body's way of saying something's out of balance. So what you're wanting to do to bring your body back to a place of health and wellness is to bring it back into balance. And so using essential oils, it notices and it sees where it is that your body is off kilter. And so it's going to seek to bring it back into balance where it can. And it's not going to just work, like we said, with the chemicals that you find in synthetic materials that most pharmaceuticals contain. It's not going to just simply push on one side and not think about what's happening on the other. It's when you're using essential oils, it's always seeking to maintain that homeostasis. It's going to create that balance. And it can be from one oil or sometimes even from a blend of oils to help your body to reach that state. And then in terms of mood, we're seeing that on a cellular level, essential oils can do more than just simply affect your mood. Here's how. The fragrance of an essential oil can directly affect everything from your emotional state to your lifespan. The specific mechanics of the sense of smell are still being explored by scientists, but have been described as working like a lock and key or an odor molecule fitting a receptor site. And this is all connected to what's called your limbic system. And your limbic system, the best way to describe it is it's just behind your nose bridge and just forward of your ear, right here. And so if you were to go into your brain, that is the most protected portion of your brain. And it's there that you have the processing of emotions. It's there that you have the sense of taste. And it's also there that you have, of course, your sense of smell. Now, because the limbic brain is connected to the parts of the brain as well that control heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, memory, stress levels, and hormone balance, essential oils can have profound physiological and psychological effects. So it's more than just simply a smell good. It actually has the ability to make your body to feel well and to be well. So if we take that one phrase of scent affects your mood, we can actually expand it and go even deeper. And it becomes essential oils can directly support your emotions, your thoughts, your mindset, and your actions. So to talk a little bit more about some of the different oils that we use and that have been most helpful, I'd like to start off with peppermint. Now, peppermint is an amazing essential oil from a dietary standpoint, but then also from an aromatic standpoint. When I was working full-time as a teacher, I found peppermint essential oil to be very, very helpful right around that 2-3 p.m. slump where you're starting to feel just tired and not sure if you'll be able to make it through the rest of the day and you're almost there. Just a whiff of peppermint can help to bring back some brightness and to help energize you. And in fact, peppermint is great as an energizing scent. Okay, so it's a great energizing essential oil. You can also use it to promote focus. So for many, they will use it whether it's in a diffuser or in diffuser jewelry, or even just simply taking a drop into their hand and breathing it in. It helps them with focus and helping their brain to just feel more clicked in and on task. And then also for some, they find that peppermint, even just the scent and the smell of peppermint, can be most helpful for curbing their appetite. So if you're wanting to stave off from necessarily eating too much or wanting to shift the times that you're eating, you can use the scent of peppermint to help signal to your brain it's time to stop. Because remember, the sense of smell is connecting directly to your limbic brain, and that limbic brain is connecting to all those different parts of your body, even the sense of fullness. Next is lemon. And lemon is a cleansing and invigorating scent. This is one that's really great to use in the morning or after a long day of work and you still have some items left to do. And it's just a really bright, happy scent, actually. And so for some, when they're using lemon from a sense of wanting to just feel fresh and alive, this is the one to go with. There are all sorts of citrus oils that Young Living carries. They have orange oil, bergamot oil, grapefruit oil. Lemon I like because of that D-limonene. I'm going to put it in the description box so you can check it out. D-limonene is an amazing, amazing antioxidant and helpful, supportive, and fighting for your body kind of oil. So lemon is a favorite as well. Then we have thieves. And thieves is what we would call a blend. And blends just mean that you're taking a collection of different single essential oils and putting them in different specific ratios to create this new set. And so with thieves as a blend, it contains clove, lemon, rosemary, eucalyptus radiata, and cinnamon bark. And it's an amazing blend with regards to boosting and supporting your immune system. And it's also wonderful for respiratory support. So even just taking a drop of thieves, and this is true with any of them, you just take a drop right there in the hand, and you want to place it in your non-dominant hand. I'm left-handed, so I'm putting it in my right. And then with that one drop, just this quickly, you can receive the benefits from an aromatic use of an oil. So with the one drop in your hand, we're just going to gently rub it 3 times, and then you can cup it over your nose and your mouth. And as you're breathing in, it's going straight to that part of your brain. And the wonderful thing is that it's not just simply traveling to your limbic brain, which is connecting to your emotions and to your digestion and to your taste buds, but it's also acting as a way to flow through to the rest of your body wherever it's needed. When you're using an essential oil, especially an essential oil from Young Living, knowing that there aren't any additional chemicals that have been added, this means that you're getting that pure essential oil, that pure plant power, and it's going to function and move to the parts of the body where it's needed most. So as I'm breathing this in, as it's entering into my system, if it's noticing that there's a need for the support it can provide in my lungs, or support that it can provide in my nervous system, or support it can even provide in my thoughts and my brain, that's exactly where it's going to go. And so that's true with any of the essential oils that you're using from Young Living, is that they are just left to do what God created them to do. So there's no extra additives of anything. You're just simply getting that oil and that oil blend to do what it needs to do. And so thieves is one that we love to keep on hand, especially during wintertime. We like to diffuse thieves and lemon together. Some people say it smells a bit like ginger snaps. I just think it smells awesome. And that's a really great blend to use. Next up is lavender. And lavender is actually the one that most people are familiar with regards to essential oils. So when you think lavender, you're probably thinking, okay, it's calming and it's relaxing and it's soothing. But here's something you may not necessarily realize. With lavender, it is by far the most adulterated oil on the market. And what that means is when there are other companies that are producing lavender, it may not actually be lavender at all. It could be what's called lavandin, which is a hybrid of lavender. Here's a little bit of a write-up on it. So too much of the lavender oil sold in America is a hybrid called lavandin. It's grown and distilled throughout the world. Lavandin is often heated to evaporate the camphor, mixed with synthetic linalool acetate to improve the fragrance, and then sold as lavender oil. And most consumers don't know the difference and are happy to buy it at $7 to $10 per half ounce in various stores on the internet. This is one of the reasons why it is important to know the integrity of your essential oils company or vendor. Because beyond just simply being used for aromatic use, which is what we're talking about this evening with aromatherapy, lavender can also be used topically, and with lavender vitality, you can use it internally. So you can use it in your foods, you can use it in a capsule to help and support your body. The problem that you run into when you have an adulterated oil is that what you may see it mentioned to be used for, and this happens all the time with Young Living oils, where people will say, oh, well, I don't want to get an oil from Young Living. I'm just going to get a company XYZ oil. It's the same thing. And in fact, it's not. In many cases, you're getting an adulterated version of that oil. And so the benefits that we speak about and are mentioned with that oil will not be the same from company to company because it's not the same oil. They may have the same name in terms of the same labeling, but lavender is truly Young Living 100% pure lavender. So with lavender, this one is an enjoyable one to use for not only calming and soothing, but it can also be very helpful with your respiratory system. And so we like to use a combination of lemon and lavender and then also peppermint. And we put these three together in a diffuser, and it's a great way, especially when you have the seasons changing, to help your body with balancing out all the potential allergens and reactions that you have just with the change and feel of the seasons. Then next up is frankincense, and frankincense is one of the ones that I really enjoy from a focus and grounding standpoint. In fact, frankincense, along with thieves, lavender, peppermint, and lemon, are all in what's called a premium starter kit. And that premium starter kit is going to include 11 different oils, including those 5. And it's also going to come with a diffuser, just like this one. And this is what's called the Desert Mist Diffuser. It's a beautiful diffuser. It runs for 10 hours, up to 10 hours, and allows you to be able to just set it and forget it. So you can almost think of it as a bit of a crock pot. So you put in the oils that you'd like, you just turn it on, and then you let it run. And so if you'd like to use it to be able to set the tone for the day, you can set it up in your kitchen or in your living room where everyone collects together. Or in our case, we use it in our little ones' bedrooms. And it's a way for us to ensure that they get their best rest and their best sleep. So with that premium starter kit, you're receiving 11 oils, 5 of which we mentioned with the frankincense, lavender, peppermint, thieves, and lemon. And then the diffuser. And then you're also receiving additional items that help with moving you beyond just simply, these are items that smell good, to this is a way to help transform my family and move away from a lot of the different chemicals that we're seeing out in the marketplace. So it's going to contain 2 packets of Ningxia Red. It's an antioxidant drink. It's a superfoods puree. It's wonderful for our immune support and also for eye health. And then you'll also have a packet of Thieves Household Cleaner. And that Thieves Household Cleaner is a way for you to be able to clean all around your house without having any harmful chemicals and definitely without any harmful fragrance. And it's concentrated, so you can use it to mix with baking soda and do a deep scrub in your shower floor, or you can use it diluted in a spray bottle, which is what we use primarily all the time in our kitchen and our bathrooms, just cleaning all sorts of surfaces, even with our little ones. And it's a great way to be able to, again, have something that's fresh scent, but not harmful, and is actually cleansing. So that Thieves blend that we mentioned, Thieves is amazing for cleansing as well as respiratory support. And it's just a wonderful warm scent. So it's really, really great all the way around. So with that premium starter kit, it's going to include all those different pieces to help you with not only getting started, but then continuing on with that journey of wellness. And it also gives you what's called a lifetime wholesale membership. And what that means is, as a Young Living member, you're able to receive 24% off pricing at retail. And you also have access to special offers and promotions and to our Oily Excellence team. And so that allows us to be part of a community that is supporting one another and is exclusive to those who are members of our group. So it's a great place to just continue on with that wellness journey and feel supported anytime, day or night. Now, in terms of getting started, there are a few different options. You can get what's called the Premium Starter Kit, and that starts at $160, or you could get the oils individually. Now, if you get the oils individually without a diffuser and without the additional wellness and transformational samples, you're looking at $200. So better to get the $160, have even more oils than what we talked about, and a diffuser, and those transformational wellness items versus just simply the oils on their own. The other oil that I want to make sure to always mention is Abundance. And this is one of my favorite blends to use. This is actually a blend that I use aromatically and topically. And this is a wonderful blend of a little bit of ginger and orange and a splash of, what's my favorite in here? Frankincense. There it is. And so with those all together in abundance, it's a great way to start the new year. In fact, there's what's called a ResOILution kit, and it contains abundance, envision, and motivation. And these are 3 specially crafted blends that are helping and helpful for your emotional balance and encouraging just those positive vibes and that positive start for the new year. And as a special with the month of January, when you decide to join with a wholesale membership, so again, you're receiving that premium starter kit and you're receiving it with a diffuser, and you include that ResOILution or ResOILution oils kit, you'll also receive a $25 credit from me as a thank you and helping you to boost yourself and get started in your wellness journey. So if you have any questions, I look forward to answering them. And if there's any way that I can be of service, you know how to reach me. So hope this video was helpful and informational, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.